I've gone on the internet and downloaded some decks from Untapped because they have a tracker as well, so let's hit it. They have a good in-game tutorial. I wouldn't say they have a good in-game tutorial, but they have an in-game tutorial. Yeah, this one technically runs on mobile. Last I checked, my cell phone got pretty hot when I loaded it up, but it technically runs on mobile. There's no bots in this game, so sometimes the queue times take a minute. Thanks for the biddies, Gruff McGruffin. Sparky, that's true. That's true. There is technically a Sparky. We're also bronze ranked because I haven't played in 5 months. But when I logged in yesterday after installing it, it told me to claim my rank rewards from back in October. So for anybody that hasn't seen Magic before, your cards have a cost to the top right, and they have a giant mountain of rules text on them. Like this Bankbuster, I think, has more rules text than the entirety of the last Snap deck we played. They have a keepable hand to start. That's true. Magic cards do not have a lot of text compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a true and accurate statement. Let's get the audio right. I will say the audio design on Magic Arena tends to be very good. Kavasarian, thank you for the over 3 years. Welcome back. So you take turns in Magic, but you also can play some cards at instant speed during your opponent's turn. Our opponent's taking their good sweet time. Better than the one song looped in Sam. Yeah, there's a few different songs. This is a 1-1, becomes a 2-2, can become a 3-3, and then eventually gets even bigger than that. Yeah, Liliana the Veil is currently standard legal. Yeah, basic gameplay is the exact same as if you played Magic 30 years ago. Rules text on cards has gotten a little bit more wordy in places. Do you play against mostly humans? It's all humans on Magic Arena. You'll sit in the queue till it finds you a person and it'll pair up and pair down. Howdy how, thank you for the over 3 years, welcome back. So, I could play the Bankbuster this turn because it's resource efficient, but I think I want to cut this down before they have the chance to turn it into a 3-3 because this only kills things that have total power and toughness combined of 5 or less, so once this gets bigger, it gets out of cut down range. So I could play this on their turn, but we'll just do it now so they can't make it bigger enough to respond. That's true. Being able to shuffle the cards in my hand is good for people that have nervous tics like me. Should we get the overlay? I have no idea, actually. I think I set it up, but I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how to confirm that it's there. Is Untap working for you? Yeah, if you were hanging out when we were snapping, you might need to refresh your stream to get the overlay up. You have the overlay. You might have to F5. What's going on, Jim? Marvel snaps in a pretty awkward part in terms of balance, and they don't have a patch in sight, so we're dipping back in to check things out. A creature, an opponent controls a die, exile it instead, and it can get 1/1. That's a pretty solid 2-drop. So they're attacking their 2/2 in probably just to get the treasure. I'm excited to get got by a combat trick I don't know exists. Oh, the hover over cards isn't working. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Do I still need to go to account? No, I have detailed logs on. You're getting deck list, but not the mouse over. Let me try and restart. You're getting mouse over, you just had to refresh. Okay. That was my expectation. I didn't think it was possible for half to work and not the other half. So this makes them sacrifice a creature, then an enchantment, then a planeswalker. So I think I actually want to abrade the reflection at the end of turn here. So that way when we untap, we can cast Invoke and clear their board out. What's going on, Brutesy? Thank you for the biddies. Good afternoon. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really looked at a ton of new cards. I mostly just like loaded up a couple of decks and like decided to dive in from there. It's a Graveyard Trespasser. If they don't have another creature here, Updog is pretty good. Lets them insulate from my sacrifice a thing. That is not the removal spell I wanted for Christmas. There was a ton of resources left on my account because I spend money in every game that we play. We're gonna have to take a hit from Graveyard Trespasser. I think I'm drawing with this and see what we find. Brick. If we get the option to trade the 2/2 for the Underdog, we can Liliana the Trespasser next turn. We're gonna need to find a Graveyard Trespasser of our own to get rid of this, though. Alright, we're very dead. Shieldred. Shieldred makes us lose 2 life every time we draw a card. All of my cards say new on them. All right, so unlicensed hers, exile stuff from the bin is probably good against their underdogs. This is probably an okay grindy card. Deal 3 to each creature and each planeswalker. Sure, artifacts with mana value 3 or less. This is probably decent too because it cleans out their trespassers. Hellraiser could cost 3 less if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. Into the battlefield, exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard. Choose a non-creature non-land copy from among them. I haven't read these cards, Chad. I just crafted them, and we started playing. So hers sounds good. Go for the Throat's probably reasonable. I think I want this Sweeper to keep things cleaned out. If I'm playing the Sweeper, I probably don't want these Blood Tithe Harvesters. So the half a year witness. So the 25 months gamer. Yeah, so Snappers have heard me talk about wanting a side deck or sideboard mechanic in Snap competitive stuff. And this is what it is, right? So you in between the games where you play, you have a set number of cards, and you swap cards in and out between your side deck and your main deck. Soul Transfer is good too. Oh yeah, I guess exiling their thing is good, right? And this could tag like a Liliana or something, or a Shieldred. Actually, I probably want the extra Go for the Throat for killing Shieldred too, right? Yeah, Brawl doesn't tend to be an experience that I found I enjoyed in my time spent playing Arena in the past. 60 card constructed is mostly what I've played. Just go ahead and breed this before we go back to our turn so we can play our Fable of the Mirror Breaker out onto an empty board. They can go ahead and kill my thing here, but we still get to draw some cards and eventually get another thing, which is ideal. Hand full of removal spells. Probably just burning a Braid on the Sleeper, but this is an instant speed card, so we can wait and see if they do anything. They get to invest some resources into making this bigger. Then we get to tempo them out a little bit by doing this. We get to wait until just before damage. Give them a chance to make this bigger if they want. Just gonna go ahead and clear it out here before I take the hit. What type of deck are we playing? We're playing what's called a mid-range deck. Meaning we're playing just a lot of individually good cards that have decent rates. Rewarded for not playing either of these here. I get to draw Invoke Despair, which will clear this out and draw us a couple of cards. This kind of card is like kind of a quintessential mid-range card, and like interacts with their thing and also generates some card advantage for us. We're definitely on this. So the way mid-range decks tend to work in Magic, they tend to either be more on the aggressive or controlling end of the spectrum. And this deck's definitely closer to the more controlling aspect than the aggressive aspect. Format. So Magic has 30 years worth of cards, and a format indicates which cards are allowed to be played in a given game that you're playing. So this current format that I'm playing is called Standard, which means only cards from the last 2 years are allowed to be played inside of it. And then there are other formats that have cards from wider ranges of Magic's history that you can play. Do I still have an OBS scene for Arena? I mean, this is the OBS scene for Arena. Usually I play black mid-range decks like this one, Plum Pudding. I think we need to clear this out. We have to discard a card when we target it. So we get 2 for 1s here, but I don't want that one hanging out and attacking us. And then this can normally copy things, but we don't have anything to copy with it, so we'll just go ahead and crack them. Yeah, that's fine, Duck. I don't know how long we're going to stream Magic today. It looks like our viewer count already pitched off a little bit, which was kind of my expectation. Alright, so they are using the Abandoned Mire to pick a creature Planeswalker back up. So I want to go ahead and lead on the Hearse here to get rid of the cards I want them to get back the least. So I don't want them to have Trespasser, I don't want them to have Harvester. They hit Harvester. They also hit a Claimed by Gix. When you attack, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Mishra Claim by Gix and a creature named Phyrexian Dreadnought engine attack, and you own both and control them, exile them, and create the loss to Phyrexia. This turns into like a giant monster if you have both, huh? Yeah, my average viewer count for Magic for the last year or so that I was playing it was like 600 to 700 people, if I recall correctly. So not super high. Doesn't have haste, right? Yeah. So normally things can't attack the turn you play them. But this thing creates a copy of a thing that can attack right away. And when this thing attacks, it gives me a treasure token. Later. You're limited to the number of copy of cards you have in a deck. Yeah, you can have 4 of each non-basic land in your deck. What's the flying insect on the last? This is a cosmetic thing. It's called a Thopter. You get to have a pet. One of the things that's really powerful in Magic that's very different from Snap is there's a lot of things that allow you to draw and discard cards because your decks are much larger and you need your resources to line up. So what's called card selection, things that let you draw cards or discard cards to draw cards, tend to be very common designs as opposed to more rare designs like in Snap. So this could get bigger. I don't really want to burn my soul transfer on this because I want to be able to kill the Mishra when they play this. Oh, I forgot to use Hearse on their end turn. Yeah, good call. Put a stop there to remind me later. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Adam. Welcome back. So I was going to go ahead and play the Shieldred out here, and then we're not going to do anything. We're just going to leave the Reflection up to be able to block this with a token. Yeah, this card locks out the board real hard. If this extra card they have here isn't a way to kill it, they're in a bit of trouble here. Every time they draw a card, they lose 2 life now, and every time I draw a card, I gain 2. This is what we refer to as a must-answer threat. When they don't have the way to take it off the board right away, it closes the game out very quickly. This card is $70 in paper. Paper Magic the Gathering prices will never not be funny. I absolutely adore the sound design in this game. They've always done really well with it. $70 for a single card that you could have 4 of. Yes. Enters the battlefield from a graveyard. You may discard your hand if you do draw 3 cards. Well, that's terrifying. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we have Hearse to be able to clean out their graveyard. I want to prioritize getting rid of their creatures here, I think, because they have other ways to interact with them. Can you convert the $70 to tokens so I can understand how expensive that is? Oh, that's the meld pair. Got it. I appreciate that call out. Okay, and we get to just completely clean them out here now. We get to go ahead and soul transfer, exile you, and then Liliana casts off our treasure token and we edict them, and then we get to attack for almost lethal here.
Happy to help, but one of your friends has to leave.
No, the Kiki enchantment is not legendary. This card is multi. Is this card still a multi-format all-star? It was creeping into modern and other places last time we played Magic. It is. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. This card's got a lot of words on it. Usually the more wordy cards tend to be good. It just does a lot for a little. It even sees some play in Vintage, yeah. Yeah, this card's probably absurd in the Blood Moon decks in Modern and Legacy, right? Also, I think one of the best possible comparisons, we've been playing Magic for 20 minutes now, and this is all the same match. So this is a best of 3 match. We're now heading into game 3. Whoever wins this game wins the match in its entirety. Oh, we have Blackcleave Cliffs. Oh shit, chat, they reprinted these finally? That's exciting. Did they reprint all 5? I'm gonna be honest, I just hit craft all, and I didn't pay attention at all to what we actually crafted. All 5, sweet. That's great. All 10 are on Arena, that's lovely. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. It's close though. This hand looks great. I think we're gonna bottom the Elder Dragon War. If you don't like your starting hand in Magic, you get to draw a new one with 1 less card. You look at the same starting number and then you put 1 less card at the bottom. Snapcaster Mage and Lingering Souls are coming to Magic Arena later this month. Those cards definitely make me a little nostalgic. How did the old mulligan work? The old mulligan work was you just straight up drew less cards instead of looking at 7 and then putting them back. It's good to see discard spells and top decks still working as intended. We really need to hit untapped lands here. We hit untapped lands here, we're off to the races. And this is the incredible amount of variance Magic has. It's been a while, chat. I feel like I've just fallen off the wagon. I've missed my untapped land drop on 2, and I have that spiraling, sinking feeling in my stomach. Ah, yes, these are I made decisions that have led me here. I have but myself to blame. Ooh, do they not have another play here? If they don't have another creature here, we could still be in a good spot. If they have another creature, we're in a bit of trouble. Oh, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
Ah, yes, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Great card game that's balanced. So, it's definitely true that there's always a best deck in any given card game. The kind of crux of the problem with when formats become not ideal is when there's a big power level differential between what the best deck is and what the next best deck is. And Snap's current format has the kind of issue where its best deck is not only a good bit better than the next best deck, but the best deck is also a deck that has like a prison style disruptive element to it where your deck doesn't function.
One of your friends has to leave.
I think games where or formats where, whatever you want to call them, where your deck just doesn't get to work tend to be the least enjoyable. Alright, if we had untapped land here, these running Invoke Despairs give us a chance to really drain them out. These cards, when my opponent's board is empty, drain them for 6 and draws 3 cards. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. We'd snap here if it was that kind of game. Our blue deck's still bullshit in Magic. Yes, never not. We should snap here. Raise the stakes. And this little eye on my card here means my opponent knows I have this Invoke Despair in my hand. They saw this card in my hand with one of their discard spells earlier. So they know that this is coming. You can favorite your basic lands. Yeah, they took it a braid and left the Invoke Despair. It was a bold strategy. They were hoping to beat me before it was relevant. Narrator, they did not beat me before it was relevant. Now I gotta decide how much do I want to use my life total as a resource here. I have 3 2-mana kill target things, but I also have this Bank Buster, which if I get it going, it lets me draw more cards. I don't think I want to Invoke Despair this turn, because I already played a land. I think it's Bank Buster, but I might not draw with it this turn. This might be a double removal spell turn, depending on what they do. Yeah, saving a Go for the Throat for a bigger threat is reasonable. Depending on what they do, I might be greedy and like single removal spell plus draw with Bank Buster here. Ooh, if I'm gonna braid, I should have braid before they pump this. That's a good thought. I might get forced to use the Go for the Throat because of my sequencing here. That's a good shout. This can make itself larger at instant speed. Hey, Dreadhog, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Yeah, we are gonna play a little bit of activation chicken, because if they activate here, I can now abrade it in response. In Magic, you get a chance to respond to most things your opponents do. So now before this becomes a 3, I can deal 3 to it, and then they can make it bigger again. So now the question is, do I want to take 6 down to 8 for the sake of drawing a card? I think the answer is yes. I think we use my life total as a bit of a resource here. Ooh, that's a great draw. That lets me exile this underdog. Because I didn't draw the land, I think I want to just play it a little safe here and play the Unlicensed Hearse out and get rid of this. I need to do this now before they can get it back. Blad, thank you for the 34 months. Welcome back. Yes, the music of this game changes with the game board that you're playing on. And use the same game board for the entirety of a best of 3 match, so the music's been the same for this whole match, but it'll likely be different in the next game. Or next match, I should say. This is probably going to be a braid your thing plus draw a card turn. Yeah, I think Snap releasing different game boards would be great. New visuals. Tornado Bomb, thanks for the 5 months. Hey, nice. Magic's a very reasonable, albeit expensive social game. Yeah, good Magic formats tend to have a lot of back and forth in them. Bad Magic formats tend to invoke despair. Aaron, a number of people whose opinions I respect for Magic commented that they think the current Magic standard format is the best standard format Magic has had. Magic has had in like 4 or 5 years, which, in addition to Snap being a little bit medium at the moment, that definitely influenced my okay, we're gonna try this. Yeah, since war standard was the comments I heard. Oh, I should have. Damn it. I was going to draw with this at the end of turn, but I need to do that before the shield turn happened, right? We've been holding the go for the throat just for her. Now, there is something to be said for leaving some creatures in here because I have Graveyard Trespasser. Because Graveyard Trespasser gains me life if it exiles a creature. So I'm going to get rid of the Shieldred, because that one's kind of scary, but I'm leaving these other 2 in here intentionally, so they could potentially be food for this. Let's say deal 3 damage to each creature. So the 23 months Brotherhood. Are the cards under the artifact, just to remember? Yeah, so this artifact gets bigger based on how many things you've exiled with it. And we'll get rid of this one because there's an unearth effect that would let it come back. And then we're not going to play this out because we want to draw a card with this one. I think we're good to go here. Oh, I could have crewed this turn. Yeah, good shout. Listen, chat, if I crew and attack them, I draw less cards. Why do you want me to draw fewer Magic the Gathering cards? I think the bot is currently broken. Look, no numbers. All right, I actually need to run to the restroom really quick. I'm going to hit a 1-minute ad roll. While I do that, when I get back, we're going to play a couple more games here. We're going to play this red-black mid-range deck a little bit, and then we're going to play a little bit of mono-white mid-range as well. Are the 2 decks I imported and had wild cards to craft, so BRB. What's going on, Mizables? We got you. We have 100% magic win rate over the last 4 months. That's accurate, you know. Just the facts. What's going on, JJ? Appreciate the 15 months. Ooh, this is a game board that's new to me. It's pretty. No third land, but we've got 2 pieces of removal here. Well, breaking out our third land was not ideal, but it is at least a 2-drop. Oh yeah, I saw this one in the mono white deck we put together. This mono white deck is supposed to be good against decks like what we're playing, right? Oh, we've only played like one max, Alex. I think Liliana's probably bad into what they have going on. Her Unite move is nice. They could have, what's her name? Wandering Emperor to flash in here. Ooh, Deluge. Okay, so not a mono white bell. Looks like a 2-color control deck. Ooh, this is actually really good against Invoke Despair, huh? Because if you exile a token, it's an enchantment you can sacrifice later and not care about. They've been depopulated. Love to exile your memory deluge before you can flash it back and draw more cards. Maybe I'm supposed to put a higher priority on breeding this Bank Buster. What's going on, Magi? I guess I have the blood token to filter this, but I think I want, like, one more land here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. If they draw with the Bank Buster, Or if they deluge, we'll go ahead and actually, so I want to let the deluge resolve and then I'll abrade the bank buster because I want them to choose which cards they're going to pick off of deluge before they know I'm breaking their card advantage. Hey, thank you for the 53 months of the generous tier 3 covered. Yeah, I'm pretty spent on the current metagame for Marvel Snap. Play audio while minimized. That doesn't seem to be working. At least it's choking. Category still says snap. No, I think we're in the good. Sometimes you gotta refresh your game screen. Release ready product. Yep. So they probably have a counter spell of some sort here. I think I'm leading on, which one am I leading on? I think I want this one to resolve more because I really want to get rid of Memory Deluge. I think I'm gonna lead Invoke Despair to try and soak a counter spell here. Whoa, that worked. Okay. Is this also gonna work? Ah, damn. So this counters unless I pay 2, which we unfortunately cannot. Yes, definitely, Adam. I think I mentioned that in the deck tech. If I didn't, just like find your other favorite like ongoing card or something cheap to put in. Let's go on Magic Oracle. Thank you for the 46 months. It might have been right to channel the Crucible. Oh, they got back the ossification. I wasn't even thinking about that with the restoration. That's really good. All right, I'm gonna... Well, I guess there's no reason to use this product. All right, so now they have a counter spell or they're dead. This...
Finally, I'm home.
Okay, this lets them not lose anything. That makes sense. I am going to discard the Black Cleave Cliffs to draw a card. If we find something to crew the Bank Buster with, we can get him here. And now I'm going to hold this land in my hand because Blood Tithe Harvester will let us discard it to draw a card. It could have been right to just make two 1/1s with haste and correct them for 2 here as well. I have another Emperor, but we didn't do that.
I'm not overconfident. May your blade strike true. Guards, to me.
Huh. So I have 8 lands. Yeah, getting Shieldred back might be the play. No, always humans in this game, Golden, unless you explicitly queue into load into the 1 bot. The digital Magic client is cheaper than paper Magic. It is not really free to play friendly. Oh, maybe I should play the land to play around the counter unless I pay 2 card. Disappear. Trying to figure out if we can get in the last couple of chip shots here. What's going on, Booster Gold? Thanks for the quarter of a year. Appreciate the prime. Do I want to play this land to draw with the Bank Buster this turn? I think I do, because the odds of us drawing another land are high to be able to discard to this blood. Oh, and they took 2 there. Taking 2 is huge, considering we have the Crucible of Defiance. Oh, that is lifelink. Yikes.
Remember your training.
Yeah, we're looking for an Invoke. Although Invoke, they live through Invoke, right? Because they have an enchantment hiding up here. We would get the Fable of the Bearbreaker back, though. Nice. Go for the Throat is a huge draw here, because it lets me clean out Pious. Which means they can't lifelink. Gonna accrue the Bank Buster in response here. Nixon, thank you for the quarter of a year. Appreciate it. Going on, Sandy. Appreciate the 2/3 of a year. This means they can't draw with this turn at least, which is nice. I think I'm just playing out all my threats here. Do we want to crew and offer the trade? Yeah, probably, right? Because their Bankbuster could draw them cards. I have lethal if Ice goes in. No, they can trade plus chump and go to 1. Oh, wait, this could have attacked. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I totally could have. I could have crewed with the Harvester, and then pushed for lethal. Okay, we would have gotten completely destroyed by the Seat of the Empire. Glad we tactically played around to their Seat of the Empire. A lot of fucking words on that card, chat.
Try to best me.
A lot of words over there. For each player, choose a creature that players controls. They sacrifice all creatures not chosen that way. Okay, so I get to keep my 1/1, and they keep a 3/3.
Room. May your blade strike true.
Do I want to filter this in a deterrent? I probably don't, right? If we draw like an actual land, I'd rather do that one. That's lethal, right? That's lethal? Because I kill the 2/2, which can't crew this. They're out of cards in hand. Oh, my portrait's blocking the Wanderer. It can make me smaller. They have no cards in hand. They have no instant speed abilities. These things are 1/1s with haste. You're very fast game 1. Yeah, we couldn't kill the 3/3 Because if we killed the 3/3, they could crew the Bank Buster, and then they'd have 2 blockers, and we wouldn't have lethal. Okay, so one of the things that's nice about Best of 3 Magic is we get to take these cards that aren't very good against the deck we're playing against and take them out of my deck. Good God, is this client still a laggy piece of crap, though, huh? Just like, I don't know if you can see it at home on OBS, but every time I click a card, there's like a very much a delay in when it actually happens. It's gotten laggier over time. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I will say that this deck looks like it's built very well because I go in here and I sideboard for the control matchup and I have exactly as many cards to take out as I want to put in. A Braid is okay here. It's just Bankbuster, right? I guess killing their things on occasion is good. Oh, they have the Denic too. Yeah, maybe we do leave the Abrades. Blood Tithe Harvester is only okay. Maybe we split the difference there and play 2 and 2. I don't hate that. Good old-fashioned coward split. And for reference, in case anybody is wondering, my computer has an i7, 32 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA 2080 Super. So the bits of lag we are experiencing here are certainly on the Arena client, not on my computer hardware. Does it still eat RAM like nobody's business? Asking the real questions. Gosh, I kind of just want to get the Bankbuster going. Liliana's more like a endgame card in a matchup like this, because we want to like get our hand empty before we put her into play and start making people discard. In Arena's defense, you didn't say which i7. I think this PC has an 8700K in it. So not the newest chip in the world, but I think I want to jam Shieldred this turn to kind of make them choose between playing a draw spell or an Emperor and playing a counter spell. Like, this is very unlikely to resolve, but if this resolves, then if this doesn't resolve, then they're not getting to do something else. I'm not attacking with this because I don't want it to get exiled by an Emperor. Hey, Gout, thanks for the 34 months. Yeah, this technically has an Android and iOS client. Your mileage may vary as I talk about it lagging on my high-end gaming computer, but it is installable, I am told. Unlike Snap, which I play a lot on my cell phone, I never really played this one on my phone. Alright, do they have a way to kill Shieldred here? They do. 1 energy. Kill Shieldred. It's a solid tempo swing for them. If you're caught in a blizzard, you can play Arena on your phone to turn it into a heating device. It's just a good feature right there. Yeah, lay down orange seems super strong. I loosely read the cards in the main decks of the things I built. I imported mono white mid-range. And lay down arms look kind of cracked in it. Alright, so we're gonna Graveyard Trespasser here to get rid of their Memory Deluge before they can flash it back. And then I played the untapped land so I could draw with Bankbuster this turn. I think drawing a card with Bankbuster is better than cracking them for 4 here, but it may or may not be the case. Hey, what's going on, Chaos Sniper? Thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. Okay, so if they want to get rid of the Trespasser, they have to discard a card. Before this gets exiled, I'm going to use it to crew the Bankbuster, which does expose the Bankbuster to a removal spell this turn, but it'll have already drawn 2 cards at this point, so if it eats a removal spell, that's fine. Yeah, they have another piece of removal here for the Bankbuster. That was expected. Use it to draw a card. Them getting a token here is kind of bad for us because it means that my Liliana the Veil can no longer make them sacrifice this. Response to this, drawing a card. I'm gonna go ahead and try and shatter it. Cheesy Pastries, thank you for the 46 months. Welcome back. We might just die to them going wide here. Although I have a 4/4 now, which is nice. If they have a instant speed card here, we're in trouble. They've got nothing based on the priority pass here, which is good for us. Our 4/4 now lines up well under their 3/4s if they want to try and attack, but they're also kind of going wide around it. We've only played like an hour of Magic. I have no developed opinion on whether or not this is good, bad, or otherwise. Yes, we are loosely floating above a viewer count higher than when I previously did Magic, which makes sense. We picked up a lot of new people, and oh god, we're about to get Emperor, huh? Nope. Okay. This is game 3. No, this is actually game 2. We're up a game, though. Enter the battlefield, destroy an artifact or enchantment. Yikes. We're not quite dead yet, but we're getting there. That's a fucking text box. Holy shit. Artifact, battle, creature, enchantment, instant, land, planeswalkers. Wait, battle? We're getting a new card type? That's interesting. It's been a while. Oh my god, and alright, is Atraxa male, female, or otherwise, chat? How do we identify here? Yes, all of it, female. She draws more copies of herself. Or I don't know how to reference it. It's Phyrexian. They draw more copies of themselves. Non-binary. Okay, we'll use they. Drawing more copies of yourself seems strong. Okay, they are a farewell deck, and they left counter spells in against us, so we'll duress on the way out the door here. We're obviously dead here. We'll take game 3 on the play. Knowing they left counter spells in against us is good to know. Shit. I think I want the Elder Dragon Wars after seeing their thing go wide. This also provides some card selection for us, which is nice. I don't think I want hers. Let's just bringing the Blood Tithe Harvesters back in on the play. Bringing the Blood Tithe Harvesters back in on the play is nice, because it lets us pressure them. Ah, first time chatter. With a loosely, thinly veiled anti-trans message. You can feel free to fuck right on off. Find some other place on the internet that'll tolerate your bigoted ass, because this isn't one of them. With how long matches of Magic are, I think we have to run an ad in between every match, right? Because I have to hit an ad roll like every 40 to 50 minutes, loosely. And that's about how long these take, huh? Moon Civi, thank you for the 35 months of Prime. Appreciate it. We need to play Mono Red so we don't have to do it between every match. Oh, that's actually true. We totally could run 30-second ad rolls when we sideboard. Because we have 2 minutes and I never use the whole 2 minutes. That's the real big brain play. Well, neither of these are plains, so Lay Down Arms doesn't do a whole lot. I think it's just the Essence Scatter, because this is the biggest tempo swing out of all their cards. I got like a 4 and a 6 mana creature that I want to resolve. No 3-drop here is sad. Was really hoping to spike our thing. The way this type of matchup works, we are less favored the longer the game goes on. Our opponent's deck is what I refer to as a bigger deck than ours, meaning the longer the game lasts, the more likely they are to win. Right on time, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Welcome to the party. We've stabilized around 1,100 viewers an hour in, which is more than I was expecting, if I'm being honest. Appreciate everybody hanging out while we try some other stuff. We'll be back to doing more Snap tomorrow. We're not going to do 0 Snap. I just pretty firmly believe the best message you can send of I'm unhappy with the current state of the game is playing something else. So I want to make sure that I do that on stream too. So if you are like me, and wishing the Marvel Snap devs would balance their game, putting your time into other games or other entertainment venues is the best way you can send that message. They have a depopulate that can clear out the token, but I want the draw from this next turn, I think. I actually haven't played Hearthstone in a lot of years, so I don't have a collection there. With Magic Arena, I always had a bunch of wild cards to spare, so loading this back up was free. Magic was also my primary game before Snap was my primary game, so I have a better chance of holding more audience when we switch over to here. Ooh, they didn't want to use the depopulate and lose their architect. That's good for us. I'm going to be greedy and discard this other land, because we'll draw another land eventually, right? Ooh, it's not a red source, though. Awkward. Oh, my God! Oh, chat. Oh, we even saw the make disappears. We're in last game 2. Whoo! We're pretty dead here at this point. Okay, I'm gonna hit our ad roll real quick, and in 60 seconds, we're gonna try some mono white control / mid-range. See you in a minute, non-subs. I have not ever played Hearthstone Battlegrounds, no. Maybe that would be something worth trying. I've never poked at that. Ah, loot boxes. Ooh, mythic wild card. That's worth a ton. I have 13 draft tokens that I'll never use. Hey, Vader Jester, thanks for the 5 buds. Welcome back. I think the shorter ad rolls during sideboarding when I have extra time during sideboarding actually sounds like a great idea to keep the pacing and not have any super long breaks or overlap gameplay with it. What are draft tokens? Draft is a gameplay mode in Magic where you open booster packs and you pick cards from those packs to play against other people that have done the same thing. Like either green-white toxic. Yeah, that was the other deck. Maybe we'll import that and give that a try too. We're not gonna do a super long stream. Maybe play for another hour and a half, 2 hours or so. Yeah, Magic has a ton of game modes. There are 4, are we at 4 different constructed formats on Arena now? Explorer, Historic, Alchemy, Standard. Brawl is technically a constructed format too, right? Oh, those tokens are things you got from pre-purchase things that I used to pick up. When you'd buy like the $50 pre-order pack, they used to come with a draft token. And even though I don't use the draft tokens, they were still a good value to pick up for the rest of the things. I like how the audio cuts out momentarily every time I click off of... Every time I click off of the game screen, the audio cuts out for half a second. Like I go to check Discord or my Twitch dashboard. Just like, nope, we've had enough. Ooh, Grixis with a splash of white. You are supposed to be able to hover over the cards and read them. Some people mentioned it wasn't working on Firefox, though. I don't know. I have the add-on enabled. It's not working on Chrome either. Okay, I have no idea then. Someone earlier said it was working. Maybe Untap's having issues. Yeah, it's weird that it's getting the decks and not the actual game state. Okay, so this card's got a mountain of text. Can only be attacked by one thing. Blinks an artifact or creature, kind of. It brings it back at the beginning of the owner's next end step. Makes a 2/2 double strike, or is a pseudo sweeper for each player. This Planeswalker has flash, so I get to go ahead and pass here and not worry about playing this right away. What's going on, Pegasus? Thanks for the 20 months of Prime. Appreciate that. I do get to pick the creature on each side. That's true. Yeah. So I get to keep my best and they keep their worst. Do I have a favorite Planeswalker? I don't really find Magic as an IP to be particularly interesting or compelling. I feel like a lot of the characters in Magic's IP are just kind of bland in terms of their personalities and flavor. I like the artwork in Magic. Like, a lot of the cards have good art that is well done, but as far as like feeling invested or feeling compelled to continue, like, care about the characters.
Keep watch for intruders.
Play a blue deck. I don't think there was a Grixis mid-range deck that looked okay, but I'm mostly just net decking for our stop back. Oh, maybe I should attack with two things to draw a card with Wedding Announcement. Hey, Thuxor. Thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. Lots of respect for Magic artists. Haven't cared about characters in Ixalan. Yeah, I liked Magic's characters growing up. The Weatherlight Saga was the last time I cared about Magic's characters. And then we introduced Planeswalkers and I kind of stopped giving a shit.
Until next time, then.
Well, that was rough. I definitely fucked up not drawing a card with this last turn. For the afternoon right in. We'll do more Snap tomorrow. Is it crazy to get this down and not... Oh, I guess I can do this and plus it on here to...
I've made it just in
Plus
time.
it on here to draw another planes?
Have a nice trip.
You want to just Warden? I don't know. I kind of want other things in play that have counters on them before I Warden. I guess my deck doesn't have a lot of those. Oh, this +1 on the farmhand is like loosely drawing a card. I have a hard time doing that. Ooh, punished for waiting. The cruelty of Gix. Gets to discard my friend. Woo! Ooh. Thank you, Loran. like to enter a coven. Flip this on over. Am I leaving the architected play to pressure them, or am I blinking it to get to cycle through its effects again? Probably leaving to pressure, huh? I'll make it 2-2. Let's get this game over with. Let's play Legends of Runeterra. Legends of Runeterra has less of an audience than Magic does, unfortunately. Yeah, I did only Runeterra content pretty much for almost 5 months. There's just nothing there. We should play Hex. If only the servers were still online, we would for old time's sake. Think double strikes, chat? Tell you about my double striking friend here. Hopefully the DC card game releases sometime soon. I'm looking, regardless of whether or not they fix Snap, I hope the DC card game is good. I think more competition from good products is good for the players.
Keep your eyes sharp.
I don't think Lorcana is going to have anything digital related, though. I'm definitely not really interested in playing a paper card game. And thank you for the 28 months, Martian. Appreciate it. Exile one target artifact or creature, return to the battlefield. Okay, wait. Honey. Maybe it was their only way to survive here, but the Eternal Wanderer buys us back the Sanctuary Warden. I would like this friend, please. And then the other obfuscation means they're dead here.
I bought us some time.
Okay, so they're a control deck. Loran seems absurd here, just like destroying artifacts and stuff and enchantments. Farewell as a catch-up/reset button sounds appealing. At the end of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and make a Phyrexian Might token with Toxic 1 in this can't block. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Is that good? My opponent really didn't play many creatures, right? And they had sweepers and like Blood Tithe Harvester. That seems real good, opposing control deck. Ossification does not seem good here. It's probably lay down arms out, huh? Alright, non-subs, because games of Magic are long, rather than doing one long ad break, I'm going to hit a 30-second ad roll here during the remaining sideboarding time. I'm not going to start the game. You're not going to miss any gameplay, but regardless of what we're playing, I have my ads requirement with my Twitch contract, so see you in 30 seconds when we're jumping back into the game. Leveraging the absurdly long 2-minute sideboarding duration to fit in smaller ad breaks sounds busted. So I don't wanna do it over gameplay. We'll talk about the sideboard. I usually only need like 30 seconds to a minute to talk about sideboarding anyways. Do you think I need removal for Shield Druid? Oh, that's a good point. Do I need to keep some laydown arms for that? Maybe Spirited Companion is filler? Yeah, chat. Someone in chat pointed out I probably want to be able to kill Shield Druid. I'm gonna cut the Spirited Companions and bring back in 2 laydowns and a Depopulate as a sweeper. This is fine. Their deck doesn't seem particularly aggressive. Hopefully that doesn't change post-board. This hand's like slow out of the gate, but that's a great draw. Gives us pressure later and gives us that 4th land drop. We're beating up bronze players. I mean, we're 3 for 3 on queuing into other bronze players that have like fully powered decks, right? Like, it's not like I'm queuing into bronze players with, like, 100-card decks that are singleton. Everyone we've played against so far has been, like, had a bunch of dual lands and, like, rares and mythics, so... As far as, like, is the matchmaking experience reasonable? I think it seems fine so far. Yeah, none of these people are playing starter. I think probably playing best of 3 helps a little bit. I would wager people who are more invested are probably more likely to play best of 3. I bet if I played best of 1, we'd beat up some more casual players. Yeah, that was actually something I was a little worried about coming back after a little bit. I was slightly concerned the games weren't going to be satisfying because I was going to have cards and my opponents wouldn't, and it actually hasn't been the case so far. And let's be honest, there's a real chance that a significant number of our opponents are also Marvel Snap players who are coming back to Magic Arena for the first time in a little bit. The Magic Arena card rarity parity matchmaking only applied to the unranked queue. It never applied to the ranked queue. How many wild cards did you have to be able to craft 2 different standard decks? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I believe when I logged in yesterday, I had 10 mythic wild cards and 170 rare wild cards unused on my account. So you could say I had a couple waiting for me. This card lets both players draw a card, right? So weird design. I don't know if this is good or not. I'm pretty sure the rest of the text on this is like EDH text, basically. I don't know if I'm supposed to click the button. There's 1,200 gems on my account that are unspent as well. But I think I'm saving... I'm saving those for... What sort of saver? I'm going to save those for the upcoming Shadows over Innistrad remaster. Because I'm going to be honest, even if Marvel Snap fixes their stuff, we're going to come play some Snapcaster Mages at some point later this month. Snapcaster Mage and Lingering Souls are some of my all-time favorites. Why does it tap to attack? It has a keyword called Vigilance, which lets it do both. Is Shadows over Innistrad going to be Explorer legal? If the cards are legal in Explorer. So Snapcaster and Lingering Souls will only be Historic legal. Shadows is out next week. I believe it's the 21st was the number I was told. Are alchemy cards historic legal? They are, yeah. To the people asking me why I'm tapping Loran to draw cards, chat. I play Magic the same way I play Snap in other games, to have fun, and drawing cards is fun. Oh, I didn't mean to attack with the farmhand. Rip. So they choose how they block when I attack, so they get to eat my 1/1 with their 3/2. Awesome Saucinator, thanks for the 20 bucks. Welcome back. You're talking to Magic players again, fun's a foreign concept. That's true. We about to get reanimated? Oh, you know, we didn't see, we saw the cruelty of Gix. I should have put my my hearses in because of the cruelties. Shieldred. Response. So we discard this, we get back Ambitious Farmhand. Yes. We stare deep into their soul as we attack with our 2/2 into their 4/5. Now, this is important. I want to let damage happen because if I Aganjo before damage happens, my opponent could play a removal spell to kill my creature before they trade. But this is technically a still blocking creature until the end of combat. So I can let the damage happen and then kill it before combat ends. So we don't get got. If they find a reanimate spell for Atraxa, they're gonna put us in the ground. Please just kill my dragon. Wake me up before the combat ends. Drag it down. Oh, I should have crewed. Man, we've had some slops. We remember the mechanical things, but we've definitely had some slops here. I would like one of your finest Wandering Emperors, please.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
You know what all the cards are? Am I seeing them for the first time? I know like half of them. So standard rotated since the last time that I played. And again, playing around a removal spell here, I think I just exile this with Wandering Emperor downtick rather than trying to make a 2/2 and attempting to block. Because if I make a 2/2 and try and block, they could just get rid of it and kill her anyways. I think we're dead to the Atraxa, right? They draw another copy of it now. If Visit Reborn looks different than I remember, yeah. Yeah, I messed up by not putting my Graveyard Hate in when we saw the what's it called? It only drew like 3. Well, it's like also a 7/7 lifelinker, right? Yeah, and thankfully this is best of 3, so I'm gonna get another game to not fuck this up. Oh, we have Lion Sash too. Yeah, that's a good call. Gosh, even lay down arms can work up to killing that on occasion, huh? Yeah, so Lion Sash as well as the hearses can exile my opponent's graveyard, which is nice. Maybe this isn't a Hive matchup. Do they have ways to exile my enchantments if I play Ossification? They don't, right? Maybe this is better than these actually, because the Restoration of the Agajo could bring these back, which is nice. Going on, Joji. Do I want Farewell as cleanup? I don't think I do, actually. Get rid of the Ossifications. We'll leave a couple of Sky Hives in. Where do I get my viewership metrics for my Twitch channel time? Sully Gnome. So like this is the stats for my personal stuff. Oh yeah, I didn't run an ad roll while we were sideboarding. Need to remember to do that. That's fine. We'll do it after the game. So this hand's land light, but farmhand and restoration both draw us lands, which is great. So technically a 4-lander if we squint. What's going on, Tim Tim? No, we're gonna play more Snap tomorrow, chat. We're just getting something fresh. I was a little annoyed with the state of Snap today, and I almost signed off, but my Twitch contract means I need to stream for 141 hours this month to get my payout for my ads agreement, so we're gonna need to sprinkle in some variety games if Snap continues to be bad. We might do some Genshin at some point. Maybe I'll install the PC client finally. How far off am I? I think I've done like 30 hours for the month. I need to do 141 total, so I'm a little bit below where I need to be. I'm gonna need to do some longer days. I think I want to ramp to Sanctuary Warden for next turn. Think I want to Ossification this. No, I never did, never got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Did a bunch of Runeterra at one point, but that game's mostly dead now. will say, while this game has been, the games have been amusing and interesting so far for Magic, it's definitely reinforced that the pacing of Snap is one of its best features. I wonder if they're on counter spells post-board here. How long is a match here? We've been playing for an hour and 36 minutes. This is our fourth match or third match. Usually somewhere between 20 minutes and an hour. All right, so they get our Paragon here. Now, attacking with this and taking the counter off it does mean they can kill it, but I really just need to draw some cards here. Feeling behind. We get to draw a card with Bankbuster at the end of their turn. I don't think you can pull off with a Saga. Remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker. Yeah, I technically could have crewed this one, I guess. Here and see what we get. Gotta get rid of that one. I think I'm attacking them here. They're low enough that I'm willing to trade a 1/1 for 2 points of damage, I think. Oh, I didn't have power to crew it. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. The fact that the audio lags every time I click off the game window makes me chuckle. The more things change, the more they stay the same, chat. Alright, we need a way to take the Attrax out here. So this draws 2, and this draws 1, and this draws 1. Ah, this exiles planeswalkers too? That's so fucked up. Shellers, thank you for the 50 months. Are they dead? They're like relatively close to dead here, right? If I crew this, I attack with everything. They take I can put them to 1? I think I can put them to 1, right? Because I can go crew this. They block 1. They take 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can flip a farmhand. Crewing this lets me flip the farmhand. Good catch. Got him. I appreciate Chad helping me read my cards. No, you don't want to snap while they're dead on board. They'll just retreat. Alright, I'm picking up what the mono white deck's putting down. Get us, chat. We're up to bronze 3. We are a force to be reckoned with and feared. Non-subs, I'll see you in 60 seconds. We're going to play another game with this deck. We'll do 60 seconds in between matches, 30 seconds during sideboardings, and that's our 2 minutes per 40 minutes is approximately good. Okay. Get our prizes, chat. We have 157 rare, 9 mythic wild cards, and 1,700% vault progress. That's another 17 mythic wild cards if I need them. If you're on iOS, there actually isn't a Prime sub option on the application. What stat tracker do I use in Snap? I run the Untap tracker as well as the Snap.fan tracker. The Untap tracker doesn't have personal stats yet, but it's something that they're working on, which is one of the reasons why I run the secondary one as well. Hey, Ophelia, thanks for the Prime. Appreciate it. Second is careful, Jeff might start playing Raid. I played a lot of Raid. Raid's not bad. Hey, what's going on, Happy? Yeah, I've done almost all of the content in Raid Shadow Legends at one point. It's a fine game underneath it all. Gosh, we could have practically run the 60-second ad roll while we were waiting in the queue for the match to start, huh? I assume it's extra hard for us to find us best of 3 opponents way down here in bronze. I assume it's going to up-pair us a little bit here. Oh, I got us another bronze opponent. Yeah, another real 60-card deck. Yes, best of 1 far outpaces best of 3 in terms of play rate. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells. Target 1/1 creature gets 2/1. Only activated if they have poison counters. So toxic. Okay, so poison's like a different life total. We get 10 poison counters. We die regardless of our life total. I almost put this deck together. We might do it before we're done today. Play some of this. God, these things are some nightmare fuel, chat. Hey, what's going on, Annie? Speaking of Raid Shadow Legends. Good afternoon. I think Arena's tutorial, as far as teaching people the basics of Magic, is definitely fine. I think Magic Arena's onboarding you and turning you from a new player into a constructed or draft player without spending money is really atrocious. There isn't a very good, like, free-to-play on-ramp, essentially. God. Okay, we are super dead. Okay, so I want my removal spells and my things that get rid of creatures. 10 out of 10. Loran is probably not good enough. Doesn't look like they have artifacts and enchantments. This might be fine. Bankbuster's maybe a little slow. Wedding announcements probably slow. I think I'd rather have the Bankbuster blockers than the wedding announcements. Oh, they could have the Hive enchantment. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I want to leave some paths in for that. We'll cut all the wedding announcements. This is at least blocks, okay? Yeah! That was a fast first game. It'll be fine. This person's probably going to stop us quickly. Oh, I actually couldn't run it. They stopped us so quickly, I actually couldn't run an ad during that. You need a 8-minute break in between ad rolls. LOL. Another target creature gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that. Choose a color. Whoa! Does this card see play in non-standard formats? That seems really good. That's a good Magic card. It's cost what it has a text box that looks like a legacy staple to me. Truth. Well, this is Toxic 2. Interesting. That's double strike. Alright, well, let's take out the trash. I mean, I don't know that we win because we swept them, but we get to stay alive. Yeah, I think we're gonna go deck this after the game. Play some aggro. Hey, thanks for the 61 months, Echoes. It's been a lot of years. Yeah, I think we're actually in trouble here. This being a different color blocker is useful against the Defector Bite, but no, we'll be doing more. We'll be doing more Snap tomorrow. Charizard, I just needed a change today. I had heard good things. This game board's got another good soundtrack. They continue to have consistently banger soundtracks, which is nice. Would like to trade. They have a pump spell here. This thing tramples. We could be getting like pump spelled here. 6x hexproof and indestructible. Wow, this deck looks good. Holy shit. That's absurd. Oh, I could have taken both of them. Oh, I didn't have any other targets, so it doesn't matter. Here, I forgot that I could have taken both of them, but it also didn't matter. The hive's a little scary. Yep, up to 7. If we get to 10, we die. Holy shit, that's rude. We are dead to a combat trick here. If the bloated contaminator hits us. Wow, they get to play Valorous stance too? Alright. We're gonna go. I'm gonna hit an ad roll and we're gonna go net deck this to play it when we get back. Oh, we gained 2 life. We're fine, chat. All right, see you in 90 seconds, not subs. We're gonna toxic some people. All right, I saw that one on Untapped and I was looking at deck lists and I almost grabbed it. $28 rares, 11 commons, 15 uncommons. No mythics. It's free, chat. If it doesn't cost mythic wild cards, it's literally free. If it doesn't cost mythic wild cards, it's free. We're down to 129 rares. Yeah, whales never have enough mythics. Free to plays get choked on rares. Whales get choked on mythics. Where are my fullers? I'm losing money streaming Magic Arena today compared to Snap, so we're not full whaling. We're crafting it. If we're spending wild cards, we're not spending gems. Oh, foil's literally unplayable, dude. Are gems the premium currency? Yes, they are. This green-white deck is cheap in paper at only $230. This green-white deck is cheap in paper at only $230. Paper magic. Land sphere. Hey, Francos, thanks for the 20 months. Appreciate it. It's a Bank Buster, right? Fancy artwork one. Whenever another creature with toxic attacks, it gets 1/1. To be fair, a great deal of my unhappiness surrounding Magic as a game was the gameplay had its ups and downs like anything, but the way Wizards treats their player base as well as me personally as an individual content creator is, let's say, less than ideal. I can get +3/+3 on Tyvar's stand. How many Valorous stances are in my sideboard? Are there any Valorous stances in the 75? 0. That's gotta be wrong. We have 2 Destroy Evils. Yeah, that's true. Similar. Oh, wait, they can crew the Bank Buster, right? I think we're dead here. Charge of Might deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Oh, I guess this is a way to kill it too. That makes sense. I haven't read all the cards in our deck. I guess this is good against their token. What's it called? Their token maker. I think we want the Lantern Flares too. Delivers our creature or planeswalker. X is the number of creatures we control. Yeah, I don't know that I want more. Like, I already kind of have that on Charge of Might, so this one is flexible at least. I think 5 removal spells for the Shieldred is plenty. I was surprised at the lack of stance, but this plus this is probably fine. Then I probably just trim around the edges for sideboarding here. Flares are probably for the Agribeers. Yeah, I agree with that. Seems like a good take. Gosh, an untapped dual land on one chat is like Christmas. this makes a mana of any color the turn I play it, and then it's just a colorless land slash make a might. I plan to play some historic and maybe Explorer once the Shadows remaster drops later this month. You can bet your bottom dollar that I want to play some Snapcaster Mage and Lingering Souls. I think I'm just gonna chill on standard for today. I didn't play the Crawling Chorus because I want to be able to Tyvar stand the Defector Bite here. Alright, don't sweep my leg, Daddy. Have a heart. Okay, and like, now I just get to sit here and activate this at the end of turn, right? Hey, what's going on, Leaper? Good afternoon. And like, if they're spending removal spells to kill the things that I just tapped my land to put out, like, that's not a big deal. We're coming out ahead in this exchange. They're spending cards and we're not. Sorry for the audio. I was checking something in my other tab. Seiju is $50? It's a rare. No way this is $50. Are you sure you're not looking at the old Beseiju? This standard legal Beseiju is $50? Oh, man. It looks like it's $30 on TCG Player. Okay, sure. But still, like, even $30 is, like, really fucking stupid, right? It's 50 tickets on Moto. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Playable new set cards got really expensive on Magic Online after whatever. Oh yeah, I need an ad break. We're not sideboarding at all different. Non-subs, I'll see you in 30 seconds. Now, the interesting thing is, running the 30-second ad means that, if the game doesn't last at least 8 minutes, I can't run a longer ad in between matches. We'll see. We'll work it out. It's 61 tickets on Moto right now. I just checked. People still play Moto. I mean, Magic Online is like legal gambling. That's not regulated, so it's pretty popular. It's nice to be so far removed from paper Magic that I just get to like laugh about the absurdity rather than be annoyed by it because it personally impacts me. gosh. Pain lands are legal too, and all my lands are untapped? That's exciting. Lead on the crawling chorus here. Misfit Mavis, thank you for the 3 years. Welcome back. Never miss going to tournaments or events. I miss traveling sometimes. I don't know that I miss the insides of convention centers necessarily, or like sitting at tables for long periods of time, if that makes sense. I enjoyed driving and flying around when I traveled a lot to play tournaments. Well, I mean, our 1-mana protection spell is like pretty good against them. Come on, play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Do it. Thank you, friendo. Ooh, and we'll Razor Verge Thicket. Last turn, that one's untapped. Hey, Downright Fierce. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. No, this is one board. Yeah, we have fast lands, slow lands, pain lands. Mana seems pretty good in standard right now. It's also awesome that Historic has all the fast lands. That makes me more excited for Snapcaster and Lingering Souls. Hopefully, Bedlam Reveler is in this upcoming set. Would be nice. Am I willing to trade Stinger for 2 poison? I don't think so, unfortunately. It sucks that we don't have any of our utility lands. If we got Bedlam, if we get Bedlam Reveler, we'll be able to build straight up the old modern deck with Faithless Looting, Bedlam Reveler, Lingering Souls at Historic. My nostalgia would be strong for that one. Alright, they get to eat one of my things. They can trade with some others. I think we're dead here, unfortunately. I guess we have a chance here. All right, 6 poison. If we had one of our utility lands here, I think we'd win this game. Really, I think that's my least favorite part of being a primarily one-game streamer, is comments like that. I'm only here for Snap, and you've only played 15 hours of Snap this week, or 20 hours of Snap this week, and if this 3-hour break to do something else continues, I have to move my sub to somewhere else. It's like, this isn't an airport. You don't need to fucking announce your departure. Like, if me playing something else occasionally for a couple of hours offends your lack of sensibility that much, just go somewhere else. Like, it's fine to just change the channel without announcing it, or change your sub without announcing it. Like, I put out two Snap videos today on the YouTube side. We played Snap for 2 hours this morning to start. Their format sucks. They're not communicating about balance. We needed a balance patch for a month and a half. I'm doing something else for variety's sake. It's not my fault. Blame second dinner. Woo, I think we're dead here. And honestly, if you're someone who is only a Snap player and you're also unhappy with the current state of Marvel Snap, me streaming not Marvel Snap for a little bit here and there is one of the best things I personally can do to drive change in Snap. Because talking about wanting change and continuing to play the game and give them money at the same time it sends mixed messages, right? Like if everybody says things sucks, but everybody logs in every day and plays the same amount of hours they did when it supposedly didn't suck, like they're just like, oh, everything's fine. So me taking a few hours here in the afternoon to send a message, hey, this is frustrating enough that I'm going to play something else, is one of the best things I can do to affect the change I would like to affect. Are slowly dying to this shield dread, but they're ticked up to 8 poison, so we got a shot here. Yeah, Morpho. Sometimes they say the quiet part loud. Ooh, that gets us. Not fully dead yet, but mostly dead. Oh, this triggers when I target it with a spell? Oh, wow, that's really sick. Yeah, the black mid-range decks are still very good. This is too little too late, unfortunately. All right, let's try another one with this. That was close. We flooded out a little bit at the end here, and if we would have had our utility land sooner, we would have gotten there. All right, Nutsubs, I'll see you in 60 seconds. We're going to play some more Toxic when that's back. To be fair, the red-black deck is a pretty common matchup, right? It's like the I'm gonna have to move my sub to somewhere else reminds me. So I turned off comments on one of my videos that I posted this morning. And someone went and posted on one of my other videos that they have a policy of unsubbing to channels that restrict comment access. So naturally I responded to them that I have a policy of telling people that are entitled to fuck off. So, safe to assume they're unsubbed from the channel. And they will not be missed. Oh no. So anyways, how is the economy in this game? The economy in Magic Arena is really atrocious if you're not spending money. It's really difficult to play anything other than budget decks without an incredible amount of grinding. And even if you are grinding an incredible amount, it's still difficult to like have a direct path to getting exactly what you want. Yeah. For as far as the Marvel Snap economy is from perfect, it has a pretty good onboarding process, and it enables you to get the cards you want eventually. How's Magic balanced? I've heard people say that the current standard constructed format in Magic is the best it has been in a very long time, which is part of the reason why I'm playing today. Yeah, there's been a lot of attacking and blocking in our games today so far, Mr. Flick. The format seems very mid-rangey. So I always play with full control. We haven't played with full control at all today. Not once have we played with full control today. It's a little awkward that I can't play Hive on 2 with our current lands, but it is what it is. We're hoping to draw like Razor Verge Thicket or another untapped white for the Hive. When you proliferate, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. Don't think I want to offer this trade since it's recursive. Have I been Mythic before? Yeah, when I did Magic for full-time content, we were Mythic every month. When I logged in after reinstalling Magic Arena, it gave me my ranked rewards from October of last year, so it's been a hot second. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Holy shit! Did we power creep Diabolic Edict? Non-token creature, creature token, planeswalker. Holy fuck. Woo! That is a card. Welcome back to the land of power creep. Good to have you for a while. Yeah. Okay, so they target it and get a poison counter. I target it, they get a poison counter. And then they need to target it again here or have a counter spell. If they target it again, they get another poison counter? Every time anybody targets this, it gives my opponent a poison counter. Yeah, so they have another removal spell here, but like, they got 3 poison counters to do this, and we 2-for-2'd them. Alright, my mama didn't raise no coward. Oh! Oh, this gives this lifelink. I missed 2. Creatures you control with Toxic have lifelink. Oh, that's bigger. That's really good. Okay, so if I lose this game by 2 life, it's my fault. I should have gained 2 that turn. Pendelhaven is also active. It is Pendelhaven, isn't it? Kind of. Is the opponent's deck real, chat, or is this a brew? Anybody know? Okay, thank you. It is very neat. The opponent's deck is a terrible archetype that people tried on day 1. Sounds right. Do I click submit? It's kind of feeling like a click submit angle. Okay, I appreciate the ad reminder, but I think we're actually good on ads for the day. My ticker says the next auto ad's not going to run for an hour and 20 minutes because of my pre-stream buffer, and I think I'm only going to stream for another hour. So we can just chill with no adverts for the last few games. That is. Bump that buffer. Anybody who's been here when the stream starts, part of the reason why I have a 10-minute starting soon screen is so I can run some ads at the start of the day to, like, buffer it out a little bit. They don't have to be, like, exactly on top of running them when I would normally be. Their new ad system make Twitch drop 15%. Made what drop 15%? I'm pretty on top of most Twitch metrics. And there has not been a 50. If you mean 15% decrease, that's not true. It's not factual. It's not last I checked. Average viewers for the last 30 days on Twitch is down 1.3%, it says on my stats site. Is there a new set magic? There is always a new set magic, is an accurate take. Missing land drops here and missing colors, probably dead. I have a little ledge above my kitchen sink paladin where I put a tablet up or something, and usually have a Twitch stream or some type of streaming video going while I do dishes. Rude. Is this an end step make 2 1-1s angle? I think it is. Endless preview season started in 2020, and it has, as the name suggests, not ended yet and likely never will. So it costs 2 less to cast. If an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, draw 2 cards. I'll do this and hold up Tyvar stand, I think. We're gonna take a look at your link there and talk about why it doesn't look to be correct here in a second. Compare it against the actual Twitch API. I think this is just grind them out with what's it called, angle at this point. Can do a little bit of actual damage here, but I think we're just like making a toxic 1/1 every turn for the rest of the game. Yeah, it's basically Castle Ardenvale, only they're making poisonous things at this point. Yes, this card is an incredible amount of power creep. I guess it's not strictly better than Blossoming Defense, but man, is it situationally much, much better. I'm really surprised they haven't Field of Rude my Mirix yet. Oh, I forgot this would give these things life. Lincoln play. Missed 2 points of life again. "2022 has mostly been a downhill slide for Twitch." Yeah, but 2020 and 2021 were incredible gains for the platform. So a small decrease in 2022 after massive gains as the world goes back to some semblance of normal post-COVID is like truly expected. So like trying to pitch that as the fault of advertising changes is like finding something in the numbers that you want to be there rather than considering what's likely actually happening. It's one of those things where data doesn't lie, but liars love data. And like having interpretation and context is like really important. For anybody that's newer to the content, before I started doing content here full time, I have a graduate, undergraduate degree in mathematics and spent time doing data analysis for a Fortune 50 company, as well as teaching stats at the high school and college level. There's a lot of room for misinterpretation of statistics. I do enjoy me some numbers. They've drawn a lot of cards, chat, but I think they're mostly going to die to my 1/1s here. You mean worldwide quarantine and people staying at home caused an out-of-norm growth that couldn't be maintained forever? Yes. That amount of context. Or they want to blame end of COVID stuff and not admit the new ad system turned out. Who is they? I don't, like, I'm not a Twitch employee, chat. I'm just a person here. This is my job, and I know numbers better than most people, but like... Alright, so let's look at this. So this is Twitch in 2019. 1.25 million average viewers over the course of the year. And that was a 17% growth. Then they hit a 70% growth in 2021 with COVID stuff, 2.1 million. In 2020. And then in 2021, they hit 2.7 million, another 30% increase. And then for last year, they dropped 7% back down to 2.5. So they're still at over 2x. Oh, yeah, just about 2x, just under 2x what they were in 2019 before the pandemic. So after 2 record years of growth, the platform had some changes. Yeah, like this is like anybody who's looking at this stat change and trying to paint it as something negative is like has an axe to grind or an altered has an agenda of some sort, in my opinion. Like this is absurd growth, like as far as the 3 years goes, and like there's no way this growth was ever sustainable, right? Like the things that fueled this growth were way outside of Twitch's control. So like, yeah, there was a 7% drop off, but that was to be, honestly, I'm surprised they had as big of an increase in 2021 compared to this. I'm surprised 2022 was higher than 2020. Yeah, and this is also, they had a number of bigger streamers like leave the platform because they got paid to leave the platform too, right? Yeah, I would have expected a bigger drop in those years. Dying platform, yeah. Like I know capitalism dictates we should expect endless growth under all circumstances. Well, it's like I had someone else ask me like, is Snap dying because my February average viewer count was lower than my January viewer count? And like, I was like, no. Like I was surprised January was my peak, right? Like, didn't a bunch of Twitch competitors drop out, like Mixer canceled and Facebook gave up? Those other streaming platforms never had meaningful market shares. Not enough to like have them leaving cause Twitch to grow 70%. With Kick coming out and YouTube, and when YouTube announced live streaming and Twitch isn't gonna survive. I mean, just to give you context as someone who's been on this platform for like a decade now, the only way Twitch ever gets bullied out of being #1 in the live stream market is if they cancel Twitch Prime for Prime Gaming, or if they cancel Twitch Prime from Prime Gaming, or another competitor comes out with something that's similar amounts of free money for the people making content. Like to give you context into my own metrics here on the platform. I love numbers and I love talking about numbers, chat. Where are my analytics earnings? I have 2,700-ish concurrent. I have a 2,700-ish concurrent Twitch subscribers at this current point in time. Approximately 2/3 of those are Prime subs. So if I were to go to another platform that didn't have something similar to Prime, I would lose 2/3 of my sub revenue. There is a reason why the only people that really stream games on non-Twitch platforms are people that have been paid massive contracts to go stream on those non-Twitch platforms. Do I annex Century and crack them for 2? I think that's appealing. So Game Pass isn't as widely accepted as Amazon Prime though, right? Like, maybe if YouTube gave like a free $5 channel membership to people that sign up for YouTube Premium, something like that could maybe be comparable. But yeah, feature to feature, as someone who experimented with streaming on YouTube a little bit, YouTube streaming also lacks significant features compared to streaming on Twitch. Just as far as like the platforms are developed, they're really immature compared to what Twitch has to offer. Stick Kitty, thank you for the 15 months. And the 8 of Spades, speaking of Prime subs, with the over 2.5 years, welcome back. Yes, that's true. There are people that got banned from streaming on Twitch that now stream on YouTube. Shitters. Once upon a time, Facebook Gaming actually offered me money to move from Twitch to their platform. But not only do I have some moral dilemmas with Mr. Zuck, but there's definitely how to say there are definitely it was a place that probably would have killed my content long term if I moved. There's no audience there. The only audience there would be whatever small amount of people I brought with me, so it wasn't worth taking the money they offered me. I think we're giving this can't be blocked by white creatures and cracking them. What was the offer? If I recall correctly, it was like 100 and it was very low six figures to move to their platform. I think it's been a few years. I think it was in like the 130 to 140 range. Wait, what happens if I push this up? So, there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. Fuck Jeff Bezos just like the rest of them. But, there's a big difference between Jeff Bezos being an unethical billionaire and doing what he does, and like Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook as a platform actively interfering in elections and spreading misinformation, right? In my opinion. Do you think the 2/3 prime ratio you have is typical for other streamers? I think it probably varies a bit over the course of my streaming career. My prime subs has averaged somewhere between like 30 and 70% in any given month, and it varies month to month. It's definitely not a super static thing.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
I think not trying to make comparisons between shittiness doesn't make sense because not all bad things are equal. Believe it or not, some shitty things are more shitty than others. I think we're dead here at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next game. Don't know if we're supposed to have wedding announcement here. Canopy's probably fine into their wedding announcements. Hey, what's going on, Seth? I got you. Yeah, we've been running in slow mode instead of sub mode when we play other games, and that's worked out well. It's an easy game to get into for new players. Picking up the rules of Magic is straightforward, but Magic Arena as a platform is definitely not easy to get into unless you're breaking out your credit card. Maybe this many canopies is too many. Let's play 3 of them. It's a Magic Arena whale. I approve this message. Yeah. I think this land's actually really good in these control matchups, so I'm going to keep this despite it being a little land heavy because we've got some utility here. Why we aren't playing Collective Company? For old time's sakes. Oh, I missed 2 points of damage. Why not play this pre-combat? Makes this 1/1 bigger, so it would have double struck twice as a 2/2. I think one of the stats I'm curious to see from the end of this stream is do we lose followers on the day? Something that frequently happens when you mostly stream one game for a while is if you stream anything else for a little bit, people unfollow the channel. They're like, this is supposed to be my 100% Marvel Snap stream. That same thing would happen with Magic too. When I was full-time Magic, you stream anything else for even a little bit and people would drop by and unfollow the channel. Oh, this only gives a 1/1 creature bonus. Okay, noted. What's the best bang for your buck in Genshin Impact as a minnow spender? The $5 a month thing that gives you gems every day when you log in, Morpho, and then the battle pass shortly after that. And hey, if you want to chat about Genshin stuff, you should make sure to join the subs Discord server. There's a super active Genshin thread underneath the Gaming General channel that myself and a bunch of others chat in. I just want to say I sub for Jeff, so if Jeff ever leaves, I'll have to go somewhere else. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Femme. Yeah, that's the correct way to do it, right, Ilian? That's the way reasonable people engage with the system. I mean, for what it's worth, people like, oh, if someone's a one-game streamer and they move to streaming something else, like, that's not unreasonable to unfollow someone that's moved to streaming something else long-term, right? Like, I don't think that's unreasonable at all. It's the people that are like, oh, I'm going to unfollow because you did something else for an afternoon. It's like, real weird. Oh. Going on, crack pipe. Yeah, we're gonna do I think we're gonna do one more match after this one. And then we'll call it an afternoon. Appreciate the 1,000 people that hung out. A little bit cozier than what we do when we have snap stuff going on, but still a decent number. It's actually higher than when we were doing Magic last year before Snap kicked off. I have a new brand sponsorship going up tomorrow, so we'll be doing all Snap all day tomorrow for the sake of having good numbers for the new brand sponsorship on the first day. But we'll probably dip back into some Magic here and there while we wait for a Snap balance patch. Regardless of a Snap balance patch, I plan to play with some Snapcaster Mages and some Lingering Souls when those release later this month. Those are two of my all-time favorite Magic the Gathering cards. Yes, that is exactly what happens, Cactus. Yes, Lingering Souls and Snapcaster Mage and Gristlebrand. And it's a full Shadows over Innistrad remaster, so Nahiri and Bant Tamio and some others that are my favorites that aren't super old are coming. Maybe comment your turn. Turkish you get flag, life, like vigilance. Sure, that doesn't matter. Are they dead to the charge of the bites then? Are they dead to the charge of the bites? Not quite. They're not quite dead yet, right? Because they have another blocker here. Am I charging the mites or not? It'll put them to 1. I'm just gonna use my land, because the land's a sustained resource, so this is a one-time shot. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That lets me kill the Steel Seraph. It's a great draw. I think Emrakul will come. I have no idea. That might be one that they leave out because of complexities. Can I kill them with actual damage? This puts this to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm 1 actual damage short. I believe I missed 2 damage earlier this game, right? Which is Sag. Can you double seed core by holding priority? No, it's an intervening if, which means that it checks when you put it on the stack and it checks upon resolution. That should meet the condition. Oh, I guess I could have pushed 2 more damage here. I probably should have. Oh, wait, is this not? Target 1/1 creature gets 1/1 until end of turn. I'm pretty sure this checks that it's a 1/1 on resolution too. It's been a second. The word if isn't in here, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm correct. Okay. Needs to be a valid target upon resolution. Got it. Score 1 for Jeff remembering. Yeah, it's where it works the same as Pendelhaven does. Charge the bites is lethal. They're actually just dead on board to the bloated contaminator. Alright, and then we're gonna have to win a game on the draw here, which is challenging. Leaper, thank you for the 22 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm gonna decline showing them charge the bites since they're dead to my onboard stuff. Yeah, I think the current stat metagame is definitely the worst the game's been since I started playing it. It's in a tough spot. There's a reason why we're dipping into other things. It's got a hippopotamus. I'm not having a bad time today. And we're definitely going to play with some snaps and some lingering souls later. But we're definitely not back to magic full time. Just dip it in the toe. You see the Hot Pockets promo wizard made. Is that a actual Hot Pockets like the product, or Hot Pockets like a content creator on the internet that the community refers to as Hot Pockets? Is this good enough? The Tyvar stands. If this hand hits draws a green land, it's pretty good, I think. Thanks for the 22 months, by the way, Leaper. That's Magic Man. It's been alright, Sergeant Pepperhands. If you like a mid-range format and the price of Magic Arena isn't too much for you, it seems like a reasonable place. General sentiment in the Magic community seems to be that most of the formats on here are pretty reasonable right now. I mean, a few folks in chat saying they're enjoying Historic at the moment too. We've just stuck to Standard today. I didn't want the complexity of digital-only cards. Yoshiro's value tied to Magic Arena. I don't. Value tied to Magic Arena is how you end up with $50 Beseijus. Magic Arena is not cheap, but it's decidedly less expensive than Magic Online and Paper Magic. I'd much rather just like have things have a price and I get them and then I not worry about a stock market or anything like that. Whoa, that's unfortunate for us. I think we're trading Tyvar Stand for their 2/2 here. I have 3 of them at this point. Marvel Snap brings out new cards weekly. They should be adjusting cards weekly too as the metagame changes. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. Even if it was just a very small change, like +1 or -1s to things that see too much play or haven't seen any play, like I think that would be a very reasonable place to be. The fact that they're so glacial is rough. Maybe the strangest sense of deja vu. I think we're brick walls here. Okay. Okay. Vibing here for a second. This is best of 3. You can see the little dots at the top and bottom under the usernames indicate that we've each won a game in this best of 3 set. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this while they're tapped out. Although maybe I'm supposed to, actually this is wrong. I should wait to do this until the end of turn because they can hit a depopulate, right? And if they hit depopulate, I want to make 2 tokens plus save a thing. Spent fine, Syllabi. It's definitely, while the games haven't been bad, I've definitely been reminded that the pacing of Magic is very slow. It's been 5 months of, because good or bad, the pacing of Snap is like really quick. It's interesting being back playing a game that moves more slowly.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Yes, I knew that one was coming. Queens, I appreciate the call out though.
Let your blade do the talking.
Magic is like sitting down for a hot tea. Snap is like a shot of espresso. That's a good comparison, Alex. They have a combat trick here for one? What's a 1-mana instant the mono white deck can play? March. Yeah, we just let that happen, right? Because I'm going to use the Mirrex to just make a new token here in a second. They are up to 4 poison. I think that one's the beginning of the end for us, friends.
May your blade strike true.
Yes, this poison deck now exists, Brano, but even through rotation, like, all of the cards I remember being powerful when I stopped playing Magic in October are, like, still good and powerful. Like, Emperor, Bankbuster, Wedding Announcement. Kang's a little annoying, but definitely not problematic. Little buggy, but not problematic. Thanos is mostly responsible for me being here today. All right, third Tyvar's stand is the charm. Little buggy, a lot buggy. So, Magic has complexity in its card designs compared to Marvel Snap, but I actually think, on average, a lot of Marvel Snap game turns tend to have more complexity in how they tend to play out. I think a lot of the depth in Magic tends to be in how you mulligan and how you build your deck and how you sideboard. But I think a lot when it comes to like the actual in-game decisions that you're making from game to game, I feel like modern Magic design's a little bit railroaded in a lot of ways, and there tends to be kind of obvious, easy, optimal things to be doing in most situations. I'm also probably a little bit biased in that take because like I have 25 years of muscle memory to lean on with Magic. Certainly doesn't hurt. But even like 6 months into Snap, I definitely feel like I have a lot of pretty meaningful choices to make. Yeah, well, I mean, like, the words, it's different. It puts the complexity in different places, right? So, like, Magic cards have a lot going on them, but having a lot going on in your cards doesn't necessarily mean that, like, the in-game decisions that you're making are complicated or varied. Like, a lot of Magic has to do with keeping tempo and playing on curve, essentially. I think that was a fine comment, Ruth. I chuckled at the leech comment. let's untime them out. Questing Beast is a lot of text that it just taps out and goes space. Yeah, that's probably an optimal example, honestly. You got an angle feels weird. That's an interesting observation. Yeah, it's something that Magic Arena does different than the older client, Magic Online. What's going on, nerd girl? We're back for an afternoon. I think this is actually going to be our last game. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I didn't eat lunch while we were streaming. We went live for 5 hours. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Edalex. One of Magic's greatest strengths as a game is its varied play modes. Like, Magic has 5 different constructed formats on Magic Arena. There's 2 different limited formats. Sometimes there's even a 3rd with Cube going on. And, like, Snap has literally... We have 2 ways to play now with Direct Challenge. But if you're not, like, direct challenging people, there's literally only one way to play. Like, even Hearthstone has, like, an arena mode, right? Where you can, like, play limited. Essence, great, right? Choosing between King and Galactus, which are your perch for the other at this point? Well, Galactus does exactly one thing, and I personally do not enjoy the one thing Galactus does, so I would get Kang. But I would recommend watching some Galactus gameplay and seeing how it plays out. And if you think you like the very linear gameplay that it has, it's a fine card to pick up. We're gonna play the Duelist here, and then we'll have Stinger until this attack is a 2/2 double striker past the Dusk Chateau. I am not gonna be streaming more after lunch. I was gonna do a shorter 5-hour day today. Be live for a little bit, get some editing done.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the ring.
Liana the Veil. I think I'm getting rid of the Defector Bite. Because I want the Duelist to be able to pressure her off the table next turn. This gives my Toxic Creature 1/1 when it attacks. So they have to choose. Do they want to chump block or throw their Planeswalker away? I don't have any intro Magic content, no. This game's been we've been a Magic channel for a long time. Always kind of catered to more invested players. Arena has a tutorial in it that's going to teach you the basics of how to play. Like I said, just don't expect a good onboarding experience without spending money in terms of getting cards. Looks like they're playing a brew. Honestly, when I'm playing a powerful, proactive deck like this and my opponent's brewing a little bit, I just like to click submit. Just not dilute our proactive game plan. Yes, the early free-to-play experience Arena expects you to be satisfied playing budget decks against other budget decks. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Warhammer Blood Bowl. I have not. Having a brush land on one against what's likely another aggressive deck's a little bit painful. Our hand's solid as far as like our proactive plan goes, but it's maybe a little bit lacking if my opponent has a good aggressive draw themselves. Jeff's been a WotC sleeper cell this whole time to bring snappers back to the promised land. Yeah, my viewer count while doing Genshin would almost assuredly be lower than it is now, like Carrier. So I chose Magic to do as a variety game today because it was most likely to have the best metrics as far as variety stuff I could have. Okay, so hitting them for poison here unlocks lifelink for my friends, which is a big deal for racing. This attack literally just gives me 2 life back, thanks. Or gives me 1 life back, I should say. Alright, so... hit them with this and gain a life back and give them a poison. Couple poison? They go to 5? Oh, it gains toxic 1, so it had toxic twice. That's so good. These can't block. Oh, am I not gaining life? Oh, I'm not gaining life. I missed that. Oof. You're right. I'm not getting life. Alright, game 3 on the play. Aggro deck, Way of Life. Do I want Lantern Flare? Probably, right? Being able to kill their thing that stops you from gaining life seems good. It's probably better than Charge of the Mites. Let's do that. Yeah, playing an aggro deck especially has a lot of, oh, this hand is strong, I should snap my opponent here. Yeah, we were actually commenting a second ago, Bud, about how It's been 5 months, but most of the things that were good when I left are still good. Yeah, the Invoke black decks are definitely seem like the best thing you can be doing. Rude. They have a cut down here. That's my hope, Heretic, man. That's my hope. They missed their land drop. This game's probably done at this point. Ready to start making choose an artifact or creature card from it, then choose an artifact or creature card from their graveyard and exile those cards. That's interesting. A little bit of graveyard hate, a little bit of disruption. Don't know that I want to offer them the ability to trade for this, but I think we gotta. Means my 1/2 can start attacking next turn at least. I'm hoping for a here's some sweet stuff for free as an apology when Stamp finally does something. Yeah, fingers crossed. And I think our utility land here just drags us across the finish line, huh? This card does a lot of heavy lifting in this deck. What if I had a Castle Arden Vale that also made things with Infect? It's the equivalent of Leech here. Blue. I feel like Leech is more akin to something like Trinisphere or Chalice the Void in Magic the Gathering that like locks you out of playing the game proactively as opposed to like reactive stuff. Hey, well, that wasn't bad. Yeah, maybe we'll do that again. Tomorrow's stream is gonna be all Marvel Snap because, like I said, I have a new brand deal going up, and I like to make sure we have strong metrics on days where I put new brand deals lives. So we will definitely do some arena again when Snapcaster Mage and Lingering Souls come out on the 21st, because those are some of my all-time favorite Magic the Gathering cards. So we're going to play with those in Historic. I'm looking forward to that. We may or may not do some more Standard between now and then, depending on how long it takes Marvel Snap to get their shit together in a backpack. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I appreciate the folks that stuck around for something a little bit different today compared to the last few months. And I'll catch you around.